Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney 2, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, yes. Previously, it was determined that Larry Butts had accidentally broken one of the teapots, and he hid the evidence and pulled out a second teapot which was hidden under the covers here. Now, as it happens, it turns out this second teapot was laced with normalium inside of it, which caused the tea that Miss Hall served us to be unnaturally minty, and that's how we discovered the truth. So now we need to coax a bit more information out of her because normalium is one of the ingredients in the poison gas that nearly killed Dane Gustavia, so let's figure out what's going on here. I think we need to present something. We need to coax a bit of information out of her. Let's talk about the teapot. Oh, okay, we've seen that. She doesn't know. She'll just sing. How about the sketch? My, is this me? Yes, it's a sketch done by our pseudo-artist over there. This sketch is really well done. Are you giving it to me as a commemoration gift? No. For the time being, this is a valuable piece of evidence. I see. Too bad. To garner such a response from the museum curator, that man has some unexpected talent. I believe in Larry's artistic merits. Liquid analysis? She doesn't know. Well, there is always a possibility I can actually go ahead with the logic here. Let's take a look. What Kate did, she got the angel's recipe back from the master of the group and has it stored in the mansion. Well, you know, I was thinking these two aren't directly connected. Like, this has the information on how to prepare the gas, and this is about Kate getting the book back. Maybe I'm supposed to reason, oh yes, it's connected because Kate absolutely had possession of the book. So maybe I was too hasty in trying to say we needed one extra thing to connect the two. Maybe I can already do that. Yes, I can. Wow. The method used to set off the poison gas is... Wow, what is wrong with me? Ugh, I need to shake things off, man. My mouth just isn't cooperating this morning. Ugh. Okay. The method used to set off the poison gas is explained in the angel's recipe. And the current owner of the angel's recipe is Miss Hall. Oh, so that means... Indeed, it means that it is possible she knew how to set off the poison gas. With this, we can expose her lies for what they are. Oh! Now we can talk to her. I mean, it's got a check mark next to it, so we already saw that. Yeah, I can skip forward. So that means... Do we present? No. A poison gas mixture? Oh, yes. Oh, she... But I can expose her... Okay, maybe it's just a matter of me not being done with the investigation. Let's talk to Larry. I recall that we never caught back up with him after he left. Ah. Well then, Delicia? No, we're done with her for sure. Raymond? Help? Help? Kay, please help. Help me. What do I do? Oh, thank God. New stuff.
If normalium is found in the teapot, will Miss Hall be arrested? I don't think someone who seems so gentle could ever be the true murderer.
It isn't good to judge people by their outward appearance, Kay. Although it's true that it would be an upsetting conclusion. Should try asking Mr. Shields and Delicia for their opinions as well.
We've sure found out a lot about both this case and the IS-7 incident as well.
I wonder about that. The truth still seems to be wrapped in a deep, thick mist.
Don't we have what we need to clear up that mist? Because if we don't, I can take Little Thief out for another spin.
No, it's fine. We've already gathered all the information we need. If I just use logic and match up all the pieces, the mist should clear and we will see the truth.
I understand. Well then, do your thing.
Huh? Okay, we're out of logic. Is there any detail I like this in here? Or I looked at the cloth for sure. Did we ever take a second look at the teapot once we... I can deduce! Yes, okay. That's what I need to do then. Hello. The teapot is shaped like the moon, while the teacups are shaped like stars. We had Ceylon tea with this tea set just now, but for some reason I thought it smelled different from the one we had this morning. There must be some reason behind the strange feeling. I mean, do I deduce and say, hey, this can't be here, there's one broken on the floor, so this must be the extra. The shard? Oh, son of a... Someone took the shard, that's right. I let Catherine take it. Look at analysis. This is from the fountain. Okay, what here contradicts anything here? It's gotta be the teapot, right? Do I point out that there's normalium in here, or...? Well, maybe it's the poison gas? Yeah, no. Okay, clearly something here is a contradiction. I have to relax and have another cup of tea. Upon relaxing and reflecting, it seems I was mistaken. Miss Hall was using this white service cart. However, why do I feel like something is amiss? I should look over my evidence again. Maybe the problem's the cart. Oh. You know, come to think of it, this kind of looks exactly like... Yeah, it's the exact same design. It's a trolley, so... What is this table standing on it? Is this the contradiction right here? Okay, use the cart. No. Maybe it's something about the Ceylon tea container? It's airtight? And moisture proof? I mean, maybe this is one of the fluorescent cloths, but... Okay, I'll try this. Maybe it is a fluorescent cloth. If it's not, I'm just gonna look things up. Well, here we go. It is the cloth, but I deduce it with the sketch? Huh? Oh my god, that's not a white... The cloth on the cart she's pushing isn't... That is a light blue. Son of a... That is obscure! Like, I thought that was just... I didn't even think anything of it. I thought it was like, yeah, that's just a white cloth. Kind of giving an artsy flair. Man. Larry, there's something I want to ask you about your sketch. Huh? You want a lecture on sketching from the famed Professor Laurice, do you? No, I just need to ask you something. The tablecloth in your sketch, are you sure it was light blue? Yeah, my eyes never fail me. But the one on the service cart here is white, isn't it? Dude, you're always so busy thinking with just your head that you miss the obvious. What's with that look on your face? When I drew that painting, I was using the cart with the tea set on it, remember? Because I was tidying up the broken pottery shards. That's not something to be proud of. And right then, Katie came out of the Winter Palace. I had to hurry and hide the broken teapot so that she wouldn't notice it. Did you just say Miss Hall came out of the Winter Palace? That's right, but this time she was pushing another service cart. And the tablecloth was light blue, just like how I drew it. What did she do with that service cart? Beats me, she went into the Summer Palace with it, so I don't know. And when she came out, she was pushing the lift trolley. The lift trolley? When I called out to her, she was so surprised that she just left it there. She's so cute when she's shy. Okay, she was taking something frozen out of there and put it in the summer room. A second service cart and a lift trolley. Maybe there were 2 tea sets along with 2 service carts. We'll have to verify it with Miss Hall. You speak. Is it true you keep 2 service carts on the premises? Yes. Is there something wrong? Earlier, I was looking at one of the sketches from that so-called artist, and I noticed that he had drawn the cart's tablecloth light blue. Light blue? Are you sure you weren't mistaken, monsieur? I only ever use tablecloths that are pure white. That's true. The tablecloth here doesn't have a single spot on it. Yes, that's because I always change them immediately whenever they get dirty. Did Larry really get the color wrong then? What were you doing when this sketch was drawn? At that time, I was just doing my job as usual. Then could you tell me exactly what that work entails? What were you doing when you were drawn in this sketch? From the looks of the drawing, It doesn't seem like you were transporting the tea set.
This was when I was delivering chocolates to all the people in the investigation. Oh, how nice! Chocolates! I wish I could have got some too. There's still a few left, so please eat these then. I made them myself, though it's possible they might not suit your taste. Woohoo! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Perhaps it's because she had them in her pocket, but it looks like they've melted a bit.
Oh, the sweet goodness. I'm happy to hear you say that.
These chocolates are a little misshapen, but I'm glad to get some sugar into my system. Although they're a little too sweet for my taste. Oh, thank God. Heal me. Yeah! I done did it. Now, all that's left is to wait for the results of the teapot. To be continued right now. Wonder if that was the last investigation phase. Our organizer is pretty dang full. Everyone's here. Except for Dane. I have a report. We have detected traces of normalium from the teapot. You can't be serious.
It's just like Mr. Edgeworth said.
Darn it. Did Mr. Edgeworth take the title of the best from me again? Mr. DeBest, it seems like you have an obsession about being the best. But when you're on a case, winning and losing is of no importance. What are you saying? Obviously, it's best to be the best at everything. If you can't understand that, then you have no business being a prosecutor.
What? Please stop harassing Sebastian. Sebastian, a person of your caliber has no need to listen to such things.
Justine, yeah, you're right.
Please leave this to me. Why don't you go check on the victim's condition?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back then.
All right, I'll be waiting.
Judge Courtney is much more troublesome than Mr. DeBest.
Well then. Miss Curator, can you tell us why normalium was discovered in the teapot? I was not aware that it contained such a chemical. I suppose it may have been an ingredient from the detergent I had used. So you're saying that you did not put it in deliberately?
Wasn't it specifically laundry detergent?
No, of course not. There is no way for me to have known how to create the poison gas.
There we go. Despite being a former actress, it seems you're not very good at lying.
What do you mean?
The angel's recipe is in your possession, and the method to create the poison gas is contained inside that recipe book. So you must have known how to create it.
I'm surprised you knew about that. Miss Curator, is this true? It's true that information about the poison gas is contained in one of the recipes. However, just because I saw it does not mean that I was responsible for the crime. Could you tell me what set off the poison gas? It was caused by the victim heating the lid of the glass case with a burner. Oh, I see. If he locked himself in that room of his own will and then set off the poison gas, wouldn't that suggest suicide?
Does she intend to deny it until the bitter end?
Furthermore, I wouldn't have been able to obtain a chemical like Megatoxin X.
That may be true, but you could have stolen it from someone else.
That reminds me, I met up with Katie a week ago, and that night was when I realized that my Megatoxin X was gone.
She caught it with her foot?
Katie, you couldn't have. Madame Delicia always carried her medicine bag around with her. Anyone could have stolen it.
That's right. I don't have any proof that she was the one who stole it. Kate, can't you tell us what you're hiding? I know you're not the kind of person who would hurt someone without a reason.
Monsieur Shields, you doubt me as well?
Setting a trap on one of the gallery's exhibits, then disguising the rooms. I just think it would have been impossible for anyone but the curator.
That's not true. There are no guards or security cameras at this gallery.
What? Wow.
If any ill-intentioned person wanted to sneak into the gallery, it would have been an easy task for them. Then, isn't it like an all-you-can-steal buffet in here? You have to be careful. You never know when a great thief could appear.
It doesn't sound like a joke when Kay says it.
Actually, Monsieur Gustavia apparently entered the gallery before it opened.
Well, I'm beat. Looks like Uncle Ray can't do anything to break down Kate's iron guard. This might be a good time to use the technique your old man taught me.
The technique? My father taught you?
This case is deeply connected to the one from 18 years ago. If we just pursue the present case, it may seem like there's a lot we don't understand. But if we try turning things around, there might be a hint in the case from the past.
Thinking the other way around? Did my father do that too?
For example, just consider the relationship between the past case and Kate.
Miss Hall melted Mr. Dover's sorbet sculptures 18 years ago. And today, Mr. Dover's works are on display in this gallery. It can't be. I see. Now I know what to ask her.
That's good to hear. In that case, Uncle Ray will just watch over you as you do your work.
Miss Catherine Hall. 18 years ago, it seems that you melted Mr. Dover's sorbet sculptures. Yes, I was young and inexperienced. I did something inexcusable. However, isn't that why you were able to open the Zodiac Art Gallery? I don't know what you mean. I don't understand either. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you seek her testimony?
Yes. I would like her to tell me about the Zodiac Art Gallery. I would like to know the reason you decided to open a gallery for Mr. Dover's artwork.
If you insist that this is related to this case at hand, I will allow it. Miss Curator, your testimony, if you please. Very well, if that will clear your suspicions about me. Now then, please testify about the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Here we go.
18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion. Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery. I collected pirouettes, works from all over the world. After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery. It's wonderful that your dream has come true. What do you think, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I don't believe there was anything strange about her testimony.
Judge Courtney, I believe in the courtroom it is standard to cross-examine the witness. Wouldn't you agree it's a little too early to say that there are no contradictions?
Uh-huh. You speak like a defense attorney. Very well. Proceed as you please.
With pleasure.
18 years after Monsieur Master was arrested, I was finally able to buy back this mansion.
It must have taken a lot of hard work these past 18 years to buy back the mansion. The place full of my memories with Monsieur Master. It is the only place for me. No matter what at any cost, I wanted it back.
She looks like she's having fun.
Well, she is a former actress. Singing and dancing is her livelihood. Enough with the singing. Please continue your testimony.
Then, in order to maintain it, I decided to manage it as an art gallery.
Are you managing this gallery by yourself?
Yes, well, I say manage, but it only opened today.
Oh wow, I thought it was open for a while now.
And I must continue protecting this mansion, so that Monsieur Master has a place to return to.
So she took back the mansion for Mr. Master's sake. Kate, I'm so sorry. I was powerless.
It's not your fault, Monsieur Shields. I couldn't do anything either. All I can do now is continue to protect the mansion. I collected Pirouette's works from all over the world.
Pierre Hoet, that's Mr. Dover's alias, correct?
Yes, it's the name he used when he worked as a sculptor in France.
About collecting his works. How did you prepare the Taurus and Gemini sculptures? I heard that Mr. Dover passed away before he completed those two sculptures.
I had the sculptures in the Winter Palace specially made, based on the photos I took.
Oh, could you tell us about that in more detail?
After all, it was my dream to open the Zodiac Art Gallery.
Opening the Zodiac Art Gallery was your dream.
The truth is, I wanted to manage the gallery together with Monsieur Master.
Singing and dancing and all kinds of sweets.
That's the kind of gallery I dreamed about.
Was she planning on staging a musical in here?
Geoffrey Master disobeyed the goddess of law. It is unfortunate, but I'm afraid that your dream will never come to pass. No, Monsieur Master is innocent. The prosecutor at the time did not believe it, but...
In order to protect Catherine Hall, Geoffrey Master gave a false confession. They were both trying to protect each other.
I prepared replicas of the sculptures in the Winter Palace based on the photos I took.
By photos, do you mean the ones taken in Isaac Dover's room?
Yes, you seem quite familiar with the events from 18 years ago, Monsieur Edgeworth. So the sculptures in the Winter Palace were replicas? They melted and I didn't even get to see them once.
No, the sorbet sculptures shouldn't have been replicas. Miss Hall is obviously lying.
After all that trouble it took to prepare them, it's a shame they melted.
The sculptures in the Winter Palace are the same sorbet sculptures from 18 years ago. Unless I point that out to her, I won't be able to find out the truth. Yeah, I'm glad Edgeworth thinks that too. That's what I thought. Prepared replicas. No, they're the authentic pieces. How do we prove that then? Do we say, hey, no, you carted them away, the surface is wet? Might be a bit too soon for that, though. Maybe the liquid analysis. Well... Well, yeah, okay, actually, yeah. If these are replicas, why the hell would they have blood in them? And also, why are they identical to the liquid found in Dover's room 18 years ago? This is proof they're the same. I want to say it's this then. Objection! Yes. Did you really think that your excuses would continue to hold up? No matter how much you lie, you can't deny the composition of the sculptures. From the analysis results, it's quite clear that the sculptures in the Winter Palace are the sorbet sculptures Mr. Dover created.
Oi, Miley! As a pharmacist, it's my turn to shine. What we call sugar actually comes in many different varieties and tastes. Even if the sculptures were replicas, it's nearly impossible to replicate the composition.
I see. Thank you for the explanation. Though I don't recall asking for one. Gift horse in the mouth, man. That, Miss Hall, means you couldn't have melted the sorbet sculptures back then. You stole them and preserved them for 18 years.
Oh! What? She preserved the sorbet for 18 whole years?
Ah, if you freeze it properly, it's not impossible.
Silence, please. Miss Curator, what do you have to say? I can't believe you've already uncovered so much. So you're admitting that you stole the sorbet sculptures? No, I cannot admit to such a thing. There isn't any proof that I stole them, after all. Also, I couldn't have stolen the sculptures 18 years ago. I don't think they would have been easy to steal without the police noticing.
Is that so? I don't know what you did 18 years ago. As such, how can I judge how difficult it would have been to steal them?
It looks like you won't give up so easily.
I don't intend on giving up until I learn the truth.
I understand. Then I shall tell you what I did 18 years ago.
Oh, this'll be good.
On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging. During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film in the camera. Before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body. After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation. It was then that I witnessed Monsieur Gustavia entering Monsieur Dover's room. And that was everything I had done on that day. I don't think there is anything suspicious about my actions.
That's not your decision to make.
Mr. Edgeworth, were there any contradictions in her testimony?
For now, I should just prove that she stole the sculptures. But when could Miss Hall have stolen them? If I can answer that, her crime should come to light.
On the day of the incident, I was waiting in the main building until the judging.
What were you doing before the judging began?
I was in my room on the second floor practicing my dancing. I was performing on the TV show Piece of Cake back then. Piece of Cake? What kind of show was that?
It was a children's program. The hosts made sweets while singing and dancing.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, that's unexpected. You knew about the show, Miles? My father told me about it once, so I just happened to watch it a few times. So Miss Hall was practicing her dancing in her room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? If I do say that she did steal them, can I supply proof to that? Let's see. I don't think I can back up an accusation. We'll come back to this. It couldn't have been then. It couldn't have been then. I should listen to more of her testimony.
During the judging, at Monsieur Master's request, I went to change the film and the camera.
So you were the only one who could move freely during the judging period?
I certainly would have had more freedom to move about than the contestants. However, I couldn't possibly have stolen the sculptures right in front of Monsieur Master. Moreover, upon being asked to change the film, I went directly to the entryway.
At Mr. Master's request, she went to change the film and the camera. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? Oh, they're gonna give me lots of choices here. No, well, hold on.
But before I could deliver the camera to him, I discovered Monsieur Dover's body.
So you entered Mr. Master's room before you delivered the camera?
Yes, I heard the sound of something breaking, you see. Monsieur Master, are you in here?
Eek. That was actually the sound of the ship breaking. Someone snuck a bite of it, you see. When the body was discovered, was Mr. Master still judging Mr. Gustavia's room?
I am sure that he was. Monsieur Master is the type of person who would carefully judge one room at a time.
She found Mr. Dover's body inside Mr. Master's room. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? Yes, absolutely. Master and Gustavia apparently were in the room just above, to the left of Isaac's room. She would have had time. She stole them then. This was when you stole the sorbet sculptures.
And how would I have done that?
That's...
Oh, come on, dude!
Okay, maybe it's the very next step. My apologies. Please continue, Miss Hall.
After Monsieur Gregory arrived, I prepared tea for everyone involved in the investigation.
Oh, right. Didn't Gregory see the sculptures himself before they quote-unquote melted? Ah, crap. Did you do so in the same manner as today?
Yes, I poured tea for everyone working on the investigation.
Now that you mention it, Uncle Ray's also got some tea from you that day. Kate was pushing her service cart back and forth from the patio to the main building. I see. Did anything seem strange to you then? Well, I remember your old man singing praises for her Salem tea. And he also said something about how the saucer was chilled. Oh my god, he did say that. I remember. Oh wow. Oh wow, it was right there. Literally under our noses.
Oh my god!
The saucer was chilled. That is some friggin' memory you have, Raymond. Could Miss Hall have stolen the sculptures then? It's not even a question. This was when you stole the sorbet sculptures.
I'm sorry, but Monsieur Shields and company were at the fountain patio the entire time. Are you saying that I stole them in broad daylight?
That's precisely what I'm saying. This is where she hid the sculptures to steal them right under their noses.
Boop.
Take that!
Neither my father nor Mr. Shields realized the sculpture was right in front of them. What you were pushing around was no ordinary service cart. It was the sculpture itself.
Eek. But surely that would still be impossible. If she placed the sculptures on the service cart, people would notice immediately.
I never said she used the service cart to move the sculptures.
What? What do you mean? Then what did she use to move the sculptures around?
This is what Miss Hall used to transport the sculptures. The lift trolley.
Take that!
And this is?
This is the lift trolley that Mr. Dover used 18 years ago to move his sorbet sculptures. It seems this same lift trolley lies here in the fountain patio.
That's because it was originally prepared for the contest in the first place. Are you saying she used the lift trolley to move the sculptures?
Yes. If the sculptures were placed on this lift trolley and then covered with a tablecloth, it could be disguised as a service cart and moved without arousing suspicion.
How could that be?
So the saucers were chilled because they were sitting on the ice sculptures. Kate, what's the meaning of this? What were you thinking?
That was truly impressive. You certainly are Monsieur Gregory's son. After 18 years, it's hard to imagine any proof that I stole the sculptures remained. But I knew it was only a matter of time until I suspected. Miss Curator, does this mean you admit to stealing the sculptures? Yes, I admit it. 18 years ago, I stole the sorbet sculptures from Monsieur Dover's room. It's just as Monsieur Edgeworth says. I disguised the lift trolley as a service cart. And I served tea as I made my way back and forth. That wasn't all. I also took the ice block with all the star clusters on it.
An ice block with star clusters on it. That seems familiar. Yeah, Castor and Pollux, wasn't it? The Gemini stars? Or this one on the right would be related to Aries. Or, no, Taurus, sorry. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. The Winter Palace is a reproduction of Mr. Dover's room from 18 years ago. Because they had melted, my father never got the chance to see them. But those blocks of ice were also originally from Dover's Sorbet Salon. Sorbet Salon? That's new.
The 2 sculptures and the 2 blocks of ice, I took everything I could. Then I placed empty glass cases in Monsieur Dover's room. The sculptures were all encased in glass to preserve their fine details. But the ice blocks were being displayed as they were. As per the rules, we prepared the glass cases for Mr. Dover.
So it would have been easy for her to prepare the glass cases.
In Monsieur Dover's room, there were some sculptures that were still unfinished. I thought if I melted them, it would look like the ones I stole had melted too. So everything you see in the Winter Palace are all original works from 18 years ago. Miss Hall, it didn't take much to get her to confess.
Then she must know. She knows it isn't enough to try her in court.
That is all I have to say. But even though I admit to stealing the sculptures, you can't arrest me for it. What? What do you mean by that? Heavens! You're assisting in an investigation without knowing this much? Perhaps you should read this book concerning the statute of limitations.
I want to say that's literally from Ace Attorney 1. I want to say that.
Statute of limitations?
Ooh, we can read it. Let's see. Murder 15 years, theft 7. If the suspect flees to or lives in a foreign country, the time limit is on hold until the suspect returns. If we can prove that Catherine lived outside of Japanifornia, we could be able to get her. If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached, then resumes. If charges are pressed to demand compensation, the statute is frozen for the length of that procedure. Huh. To put it simply, it's the time frame in which a suspect can be taken to court. You can see it on this page.
The statute of limitations for murder is 15 years, and for theft it's 7 years. Oh!
Something weird about trying to say that theft is only half as bad as murder. That's right, and Miss Hall's theft was 18 years ago. According to the statute, she cannot be arrested for stealing the sculptures.
So that's how it is. Stealing evidence from a crime scene is an unforgivable offense. However, for this crime at least, we have no right to pass judgment. It appears that Prosecutor Edgeworth's tepid reasoning has all been for naught.
I wonder about that. I deduced Miss Hall's actions simply to expose a different crime. If she only took the sculptures, we wouldn't have found the body from 18 years ago.
Are you saying that I hid Monsieur Dover's body?
That's correct.
But how can someone hide a body for 18 years?
I would imagine it would be very difficult under normal circumstances.
So you're saying the circumstances weren't normal? Are you claiming that you know where the body was hidden?
When you consider Miss Hall's actions, the answer becomes obvious. 18 years ago, Miss Hall stole something more than just sorbet sculptures.
If you're so confident, I would like to hear your answer. Where did Miss Hall hide the body?
My god, does the game really expect me to do this? I theorized that the body was hidden inside a sculpture. My God, it's covered with a cloth. Oh my God. That's the body. That's why it's covered with a cloth. That's the body.
Take that!
This is the photograph of Mr. Dover's sculptures. Yes, and perhaps you've noticed that the victim's body can be seen in this picture. I do not see it. Please point it out clearly. Where in this picture can one see the body of the victim? It's time to expose the location of the body in the photograph. Oh my God, this is so good.
Take that!
The Gemini sculpture? Yes. Well, it may look like the Gemini sculpture at first glance. In reality, this is none other than Isaac Dover himself. This ice sculpture was the victim's body, but all I can see from this picture is an ice sculpture statue. That's because a certain piece of evidence was used to conceal it. Conceal it? Which piece of evidence did Miss Hall use to conceal the body?
Take that!
This is the cloth that was covering the sculptures in the Autumn Palace? This cloth manipulates light. With it, it's entirely possible to make something look like ice. Isn't that right, Delicia? Yes-y. When it glows red, it's like a raging inferno. And when it glows blue, you can almost feel the glittering cool ice. That cloth will only emit light when it is attached to a special device. Judge Courtney, look closely at the picture one more time. Beneath the Gemini case lies a box-shaped object attached to the pedestal. This is a rainbow light device. Detective Gumshoe reported one in the Winter Palace. This is the device that went missing 18 years ago. Originally, it would have been attached to the cloth inside the glass case. Naturally, Miss Hall took the device with her when she moved the sculptures. By using the rainbow light device to make the fluorescent cloth glow, Mr. Dover's body was made to look like an ice sculpture. That's ridiculous. So then, when Uncle Ray took a photo of the Winter Palace, that's right, the body had been in front of us all along, disguised as Gemini. However, the body and the fluorescent cloth were both discovered in the fountain. If the ice sculpture was the body, we would have found it in the Winter Palace. If we had found it there, her trick would have been revealed immediately. Miss Hall moved the body out of the Winter Palace to prevent us from discovering it. Absurd. You say she threw the body into the fountain without any of us noticing. No, Judge Courtney. There is no need for that. She simply used the same method as before. Remember the lift trolley? She moved the body to some other room and dumped it into the stream to the fountain. Naturally, the frozen body would have sunk to the bottom of the fountain. That's why the cloth floated up first and was found by Delicia. And eventually the body thawed out and floated to the surface. How freaking deep is that water? What the hell? Monsieur Edgeworth, you truly have a gift for deductive reasoning. However, do you have any proof that I moved the body? If you cannot prove that,
then there is no way I can accept what you are saying. Oh, wasn't there anyone who saw Miss Hall move the body?
Yes, I believe such a person exists. The answers lie in the evidence that person gave me. And that piece of evidence will reveal the truth of Miss Hall's actions.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you able to prove the crime of Miss Curator?
Certainly. I have evidence that will show exactly what she did.
Then it's time we see your answer. Which piece of evidence reveals Miss Curator's actions?
The wet lift trolley.
Take that!
Oh? Let it enlighten you. Meow. That'd be less embarrassing if I was the one to say it. Okay. I suppose not. I should present something else. Let us hear your answer one more time. Which piece of evidence reveals Miss Curator's actions? Oh, right, the proof that she was doing the same trick.
Take that!
I'm an idiot.
Another sketch? Oh, it appears I have been drawn in this one.
This is a sketch Larry drew of the woman at the fountain patio. I would like to direct your attention to the service cart on the left side of the sketch.
Service cart? What about it?
Don't you see? What transpired 18 years ago has happened again. Miss Hall was moving the body in this sketch.
No! Please wait. I don't see Monsieur Dover's body anywhere in that drawing. All I did was hand out chocolates to everyone.
The key detail in this sketch is the color of the tablecloth. Up until now, I thought Larry had just made a mistake.
The tablecloth? It's light blue.
It may be light blue in the sketch, but no blue tablecloths exist in this mansion. Perhaps it's light blue because the body was hidden, still glowing, underneath the tablecloth.
What? What? The lift trolley is rectangular in the sketch. If she just placed the body in the lift trolley, we would notice it immediately.
There were 2 blocks of ice in the Winter Palace that were completely hollowed out. If she put the body inside the block of ice, it would look like a service cart.
That's...
Miss Hall, you put the body in the block of ice and used the lift trolley to move it, didn't you?
I never imagined you would be able to deduce so much from just a single sketch. But what if it was just a mistake, like you said before? It doesn't prove anything.
I agree that alone the sketch is worthless. Once you remove the body, the service cart would revert back to a lift trolley. That's why the lift trolley was left behind in the fountain patio. And without the service cart, there would be no place for you to put your chocolates.
The chocolates I gave everyone.
Until then, the chocolates had sat on top of the service cart as you gave them away. But when you gave them to us, you took them from your pocket.
Oh, now that you mention it, they were a bit melted. But they were still really sweet and tasty.
So, why was it necessary to put them in your pocket halfway through?
That's because
once the body was disposed of, you no longer had a service cart.
Yeah! Hold it right there. If she put the chocolates in her pocket and left the lift trolley in the patio, then where did the tablecloth go?
Well, we've been over this. It was dumped with the body in the water. If she had been forced to put the chocolates in her pocket, she wouldn't have had time to dispose of the tablecloth.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, can you answer that for me?
The tablecloth wasn't hidden. It's right in front of us.
Do clarify. The tablecloth used to hide the body. Where is it now?
In her other pocket? Miss Hall has it with her? Isn't it obvious? Miss Hall is carrying it with her out in the open. It's tied around her waist.
Oh, you mean...
Miss Hall, you are wearing the tablecloth around your waist. Okay. This case was strong. This case was good. Now I think this case is goddamned incredible. Like, this is the kind of case that you write first and then make a game around just to have this one in it. Oh my god! The block of ice was not encased in a glass case. In other words, the tablecloth was in direct contact with the block of ice. If we have it examined, we will undoubtedly find traces of sorbet on it. Miss Hall, you will turn your tablecloth over to the police at once.
There's no need to examine the tablecloth. It is just as you say. I stole the poison from Madame Delicia, and I moved the body. I have done terrible things.
Wow.
Madame Delicia, I am so sorry.
Okay, you know what? No, I refuse to believe that the case is actually ending here. I believe that Dame Gustavia still needs to be talked to. I mean, unless... Yeah, there's still a lot left unsolved, so I'm comfortable ending things here. My god. Out of nowhere, this game just hit me with a triple whammy. Hidden in plain sight in front of Gregory and a young Raymond. Hidden in plain sight against... no, it was a quadruple whammy. Disguised as the cart in front of Gregory. Disguised as the body in front of Edgeworth. The body was disguised as the sculpture. The block of ice was disguised as a cart again in front of Edgeworth. And then the tablecloth was just on her. She was wearing it like an apron the entire time. I'm freaking stunned. Wow. And this lady is so goddamn cheeky. She nearly got away with it. Oh my god. Oh my god. What do I even say? This is just genius. To whatever team or person wrote this case over at Capcom, kudos. Truly, kudos. Pat yourself on the back. This is ingenious. My god, wow. So next time, I quite imagine we'll wrap things up with Kate, I guess, but at the end of the day, did she even commit a crime? She hid the body. Like, she stole the body, but unless we can prove that she killed it, well, even then, the statute of limitations... Yeah, no, there's a lot left to prove. Maybe we can get her on her traveling out of country for her job. Who knows, maybe it'll really come down to the wire, and just so happens that today is the final day before the statute of limitations runs out. That'd be wild. Though it would not be the first time this franchise has pulled something like that with the statute of limitations. And what's more, there's still goddamn Dane Gustavia. Like, seriously, what the hell, dude? What is going on with him? We need to talk to him, please. We haven't even seen his new design properly yet. Like, he has white hair now, way more scars, but we need a close-up. We need to see him talk and move. I want to see that. Anyway, I need to go lie down and think about all the bullshit that just happened, so I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.